Hey everyone, welcome back to Behind the Paradigm again. I'm here with Benji again this week, and we're just going to go over all of our updates. I'm going to give a quick update from the dev side, not on this call, so Vinny and Ben. We've been working a ton on the front end of the Drifter website experience. So Vinny has basically built out the entire front end for the configurator, and we're doing all the fun stuff to connect the back end and the front end of that, which involves picking different traits, picking different gear. All of those things have pretty much been built, which is really exciting. And then now he's also starting on building the site that comes, the pages that come right before that. So the Drifter homepage, what that's going to look like. We're doing sections where you see like a totally, like the full list of archived drops. We're doing just building out that whole experience that somebody be able to go to the site, learn everything they need to know about drifters historically and current drops. So we just got the designs for all of those this week. So he started on those this week. So next week he's awesome and fast. So next week we'll probably have an update that those are pretty much almost built. So that's been exciting. And then Benji, you could talk about, if you want, just some of the work that you guys have done on trying to do the connection, or if that's not fun, you can totally talk about the work that you've been working on with drifters too.
Thank you. Yeah, Vinny has been working really hard and really fast, which is really impressive. And I've been collaborating with him on connecting those pieces between the character studio and that front end that he's been working on. So it's been a lot of head scratches and a lot of fun too, because there's a lot of things that we expect are supposed to work a certain way, but then of course when you bring another project, open source project in, it's completely different. So what I've been doing this week is essentially just working on that, helping implement it so that it looks good and it works well. But I've also been contributed to that open source repo, the character studio from M3, by adding the ability to have tattoos or images on the skin or on your assets if you wanted to. And so if I may share my screen, let's see. So at the moment, the character studio doesn't allow this ability, it doesn't have the ability to load in tattoos or anything like this. And so I've made a pull request that essentially allows the user to do so. And so in this example, I've got the M3. I made a custom M3 logo and put it on the forehead because I think that's funny on this avatar. And so I'm not gonna talk too much about the technical aspects of this.
No, do it. I'm curious of the small knowledge I have. I am curious of how you're attaching textures, like, or attaching the tattoo. Like, does it get baked into the texture of the avatar?
Yeah, it does. So that's a really good question. So first of all, this is the face. But if we have the UV map of the avatar, just draw on it, and so then that way the texture just knows we know off the bat where that texture is supposed to go and where the colors are supposed to go on the skin of the avatar. So when we click on say I want this tattoo on my forehead, when I click on it and I want it on my avatar, we bake it into the texture. I do bake it into the texture, but if I want to remove it, we can easily do so. It's very straightforward and a really quick.
So is this going to be the same system that we use for something like adding freckles to an avatar, adding lip color to an avatar? Like, would this be something similar?
Yes, we definitely can use it for lip colors and all that. Actually, yeah, it's a really good point. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Nice. Little breakthrough on the call. I love that. Because from what I understand, obviously, well, not obviously, from what I understand and what I've gathered with my knowledge, which is still very, very minimal about 3D assets, the technical side of them, but you only have so many textures that you can load to an avatar. That's correct, right? And you only have so many, or like meshes, I guess. you only have so much allotment of everything. So you kind of have to do this system where you optimize it and bake it down, because you can't have 100 things loading at once and expect anything to work on your avatar or VRM, because it's way too clunky. It doesn't do the thing. So a lot of this is about not only making it work, but optimizing it to be able to have the avatars that are functional.
Yeah, I mean, you took the words out of my mouth, really. But
Okay,
a
good.
big requirement of drifters is, again, interoperability and making sure that everyone can use those avatars in virtual worlds and in all these 3D world places. And to achieve that, we therefore need to reduce the size of the avatar or optimize it in certain ways. And one of those requirements is, for example, making sure that there's the fewest amount of material in the avatar. And if we don't bake those textures into one, then we end up with multiple materials possibly. And so that is not what we want.
Material was the word I was looking for. I was throwing out weird stuff like meshes and all the other vocabulary I was trying to pull from. Okay, awesome. Well, this was a big feature to figure out, because like we just said, it covers not only tattoos, but some of the other customizations that we might want to do just on skin or avatars in general. So awesome working on that. And really excited that just Ben has been working on contract stuff, Vinny has been working on the front end stuff, and Benji's been working on all the technical 3D stuff. So it's a power trio. We also have sort of mapped out what the rest of, we've told you guys that Drifters will launch Q1. So we've mapped out what the rest of the time before Q1 looks like, and what milestones we have to reach in order to get that done, including all the holidays and all that fun stuff. So we're super excited. We're on track and everything headed in the right direction. And I'm pumped to be able to start showing you guys more and more of this. But if you have specific questions for us on Behind the Paradigm, technical or not technical, drop them in the comments and I will save them for next week's update. But thank you, Benji.
Thank you, Josie. Thank you for having me.
All right. See you guys next time. Bye.